Good morning. Welcome back to my favorite day of the week, painting with me. Today we are doing another acrylic pour, and this one we are using a few different ingredients, such as this is called Cell Magic that I will be adding to the paint, like this one. You add about 3, 4, 5 drops, whatever you want, and it's supposed to help the paint kind of dissipate a little bit, separate, and then it binds with the other colors. So we're just going to do that. This is kind of like a little purpley brown that we're using. Stir it up, and we're going to try something different. We are going to take this black paint and we are going to cover our canvas with it to give us a little base that hopefully these paints will move a little bit easier. Not that they haven't, but we just want to try something different. So let's get started. We're just going to pour this on. And I have this little palette knife here that's going to help me hopefully spread it around. Hopefully we have enough paint here. If not, we'll just add some more because we just like to wing it around here. Yeah, we might need some more. It doesn't matter how it goes, where it's going, we just kind of want to get it covered kind of to the edges because that's usually what seems to be lacking the most with the paint, and it's the hardest to get it there. So if we don't get it covered, we'll at least have a color down. This is kind of fun to do. I feel like I'm icing the cake. And I think we're going to take some of our purpley brown and add a little bit to it, just to see how that goes. You'll see a little bit of a difference. The brown in this purpley brown makes this color a little bit warmer than what just plain black is. So maybe it'll give us a completely different effect. That's what I'm hoping anyway. All right. This week I did things a little bit different. Instead of just ordering the pre-mixed paint, I used these little guys over here. And I put a tube in a cup, and then I used half, however much the paint was. I don't have exact measurements, but I used this pouring medium, and I kind of did a half and half, and then I added a little bit of water to it till I got a kind of like a creamy consistency, but to where it would fall off the stick I was using. All right, so now that we have this covered, we are going to do like we did last week. And we're just going to take our cup and we're going to start adding these colors to it. So let's start with a little bit of this blue. This is an ultramarine blue. I'll say all my colors for all my paint people out there so y'all will know what I'm doing. This is like a viridian. And I'm saving some of the colors so that we can come back and add some more and kind of layer it. This is a cerulean, like a sky blue. And this pretty lemon yellow here. And it's really pouring a whole lot easier than it was last week. Last week's paints that already come pre-mixed, they're a little bit thicker. They just don't seem quite as creamy as these guys are. All right, and we'll just finish up with what paint we have. We're hoping to go for a cool little look today. Kind of like maybe a galaxy look. Or just a cool abstract. All right. Oh, we do have some of that left. All right. Let's do our white, and then we're going to finish off with that purpley brown that we mixed. It's cool how you can pour these in the cup like this and how they create their own little thing when you pour them out. All right, and I'm going to set this one down because I may need to use this little stick to get the rest of it. This color is really good because it will give us some depth in the painting that we're doing. You always kind of want a light, a middle, and a dark, and we've got several of those today. So, one thing I forgot that I've got to get is we're going to use this little thumbtack, and I'll show you what we're going to do with it in a minute. But we've got to pick this up. This is the hard part. And we're going to do our canvas like this, if I can hold it. And we're gonna kind of come down to one of the corners so that we can get some movement, and then we're just gonna flip it over. So, you can let this sit here for a few minutes if you like. After it sits and the paints have kind of mixed, you can take this little tack right here and we're gonna pop it right up here, which is gonna release the pressure inside. And you can see the paint starting to come out. And this will kind of start moving a little bit, maybe. There we go. And I kind of want today, I kind of want to move it in like a circular motion to just give it a different movement, so to speak, instead of just the plain up and down that I've kind of been doing. Looks like we've got our own little sea creature coming. So we can kind of let this sit here. And can you see the circles? Can y'all see the circles and where it's kind of starting to separate? All of these colors are just blending. It's kind of cool. It's like a little caterpillar or something. This is a good color choice today. And all I'm doing is just going to make it like a circular motion myself and see how we can get it covered on the edges and across. But I love the way these colors are blending and the abstract it's creating. The purples, the blues, of course blue and yellow make green, so we've got a nice mixture of greens in here. All just going. So just like a little side note, the little bit of water I added, I tried this out yesterday and I think I added too much water because I did not have this kind of a mixture going. It seemed a little bit runnier. So you may want to like try a sample one before you actually do a finished piece, just to make sure. This kind of looks like the earth. Diagonal. I always seem to go diagonal with it. I like to get those corners done. But the black coat that we put down, you could use a white coat, you could use a neutral gray if you choose. It's really seemed to have helped everything move today. But I like seeing some of the black on there. And I'm gonna see if I can get this side to move a little bit. Come on. There, it's just kind of going slow. The more paint you use, the easier it is to manipulate it. And y'all make sure you wear your gloves because I can feel the paint through these gloves coming through. You really don't want this on your hands. And basically all we're going to keep doing is moving it around till we decide what we like, and I kind of like the way it looks. Kind of looks like a distorted earth or marshland or something, but you can decide for yourself. So I'm glad you guys came back. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks.